Now, here are the remarkable members of KISS, and first of all, Mr. Gene Simmons, who is the bass player, who is the bass player, Mr. Peter Criss, who is the drummer, Mr. Paul Stanley, who is the guitarist, and Ace Frehley, who is the lead guitarist.
I'm not the lead. I'm the trout player.
Now, tell how this started, you know, because Gene came in and he said, I didn't know I played bass. And I said, well, I see Aykroyd on Saturday Night Live with the bass fish, and then you say the trout player.
I have to excuse it. Bass.
Yeah,
Bass.
I've been
called many things, but not the bass.
Never a bass
I hate
player.
Never a bass player.
What would happen if you went out on stage for a concert and you didn't set off the fireworks and you didn't break up the guitar and you didn't have the smoke and the fire and the blood and all that, and you just came out and did your thing? What would they come to the concert?
It would still be a rip-roaring rock and roll show, because what we do when we go out there is we don't stand still when we play our instruments. We run around and pretty much raise hell. Can we say that on TV?
Yes, you can.
Well, we raise hell.
TV.
I have medals from, you know, early days in high school track, you know, track, and I'm sure we're four very athletic young gentlemen.
No, I think
Incredible.
Yeah, this is our thing. You know, going out like this. So if we didn't go out like this, a lot of people would be really disappointed, because KISS is known for the big show. So why shouldn't we go out and do what people expect?
How does what you do now in concert, what we saw on the videotape, and I'm assuming that that's reasonably recent, how does it differ from when KISS first went out on stage? Did you come out with this tremendous energy right from day number one?
The energy was there, the equipment wasn't. We used to go out and we wanted everybody to think we were famous and that we were very big, so we used to have amplifiers that were empty because we couldn't afford speakers.
I remember that.
We'd pile them against the walls, and we'd tell the lighting man, don't put a light on them, because you could see these circles. Right through them, right? You could see where the speakers were. The energy was always there. When we used to play little clubs, we started out playing on Amityville, Long Island, and we always said, this is the garden. You know, every night we played.
Peter said this was the garden. I wasn't credit for that.
In fact, I remember opening up for lots of bands that had half the equipment. Oh, I see there's a live human being over there. Half the equipment right here in front of us.
Wait a second. Have you recorded your laugh?
No, we want to, though.
You must record.
These guys have been talking about recording my laugh. We've done 15 albums. They've never done it. Maybe on the 16th album they will do it.
I think you recorded it on your solo album. You did.
Absolutely not.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
Ace has been saving it for a KISS.
That wasn't my real laugh. That was just a compilation of. You know.
All right, upcoming and future KISS albums, Ace Frehley's laugh. Right here.
You were saying something.
I forgot.
Oh, all right, fine.
No, I know what it was. When we first started out, we had so much equipment that the other bands...
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We had no equipment. We were broke.
Oh, you remember the Marshall lamps and all that?
Oh, the phony Marshall lamps were
That's
incredible.
right, phony Marshall lamps. And we used to open up for these bands that had nothing. All they had were guitars and drums, and we had this 6-foot logo, and this was way back in '74. And people just used to get very, very angry at the fact that we could come out, put on a... We had a levitating drum set.
Wait,
we were still doing
that
a
was
30...
funny. It would go up 6 feet, but there was like guys with ropes.
Keeping it from falling over.
Pulling me up, you know? And if we didn't get the guys for that night, the drums were going up.
When we first started out, we used to play clubs, and the drums would go up, and Peter would be like this, and the ceiling would be getting lower and lower.
And I used to tell the guys, don't lift me anymore. They still keep going at it.
No, but actually, sometimes it worked on a chain drive, the first levitating drum set that we had.
Bicycle chain.
And sometimes it would skip.
Gotcha.
Have you ever had a 10-speed bicycle?
Surely.
It would go up like that.
And then drop
and go back. It's like going up again. Drop like
And
that.
my heart would drop with it.
And we all fell for Peter.
Yeah, well, we played along with it, though, you know. In fact, the first time... that's part of the show. You can never let on.
I'm glad you guys
When we
did.
first started playing, we had to get used to wearing these kind of shoes. And Ace is notorious for his bad balance. And maybe the first couple of months that we were on tour, invariably, once a night, you would hear a thud on stage, and you would look, and Ace would be sprawled out. And being troopers, we would run over and play over.
These
like
guys were incredible.
It was
if I would fall on the
choreographed.
stage, these guys would run over to me and make believe like it was part of the show. They'd stand over me and we'd do like this. You know, I'm looking up and they're looking down. We'd put the guitars together and bounce them off
People
and
would
turn
love
around.
it. There goes the lead guitarist.
Well, that's part of the show.
When you see the audience going crazy, what goes through your minds? Do you have time to think about audience reaction while you're
I
performing?
feel like I'm in a movie. I always get the feeling that you know, without comparing ourselves to anybody else, it's almost like the mid-60s, like we're in a Beatle kind of movie. And we're not even playing ourselves because, I mean, when you realize that a lot of the people at the show have been waiting 3 or 4 months to come see us, and this is like the big night for them. And when you see all these people screaming and crying and all that.
Crying. Why did I spend all that money? I spent all this money.
This is it. He goes up in the air. We're out of here.
True confession time. Right here. Huh? True confession time. Right here. Exclusive on the Tom Snyder program.
That was good. You'll suffer in the dressing room.
Whose idea was KISS? Who invented KISS?
We all did.
We all did, yeah.
We've been to, Gene and I were together for about 9 years now.
Not sexually, just to...
That's the later part of the program.
yeah.
I want to slip it past 120, and then we'll get into the drugs and and all that stuff.
No, none of that.
Okay.
No.
I don't take drugs.
Mom? No. Go ahead.
No, you were saying 9 years.
Yeah, we've been together about 9 years, and then we broke up a band we were in, and Peter joined us, and then Ace joined us, and the rest is KISS story.
We always wanted. I always wanted.
Kissmas. It's like everything is
Really?
Kiss. Kissmas, Kiss-the-ring.
The thing was, we always wanted theatrics and music together. I did by myself.
We're still hoping for it.
No, and finally I met these two nuts, and they wanted it. We picked him off the Bowery.
Tom McCann, 398 specials.
That was it.
Can I just go around the horn here and start with Gene, and tell me where you're from, and where you went to school?
All right, I've got a question to ask you. My manager's on stage. Is this true confession time, or am I on?
No, you're
All right.
Really on.
All right. Then I'm from New York City. I'm from
Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
They're not on.
I'm from Queens, New York. Actually, not too far away from Paul's house. We kind of used to wave to each other before we knew each other. That's right. Before we knew each other, I'd see this guy waving back, I'd wave.
Gene was
and
into
then,
telescopes.
He loves it. Huh? Ace loves it.
Ace loves
Can I
anything.
tell you something funny?
Oh, I get beat up
Before you guys came on, they gave me a little sheet on each one of you to read, where you're from and how you grew up and blah, blah, blah. And the note said, now Ace seems to be the most laid back of the four, and he's the one who'll probably be the hardest to make talk.
Well, this is not Ace.
This isn't Ace.
This is George. This is George.
I'm an imposter. Ace is back in his ass.
That's true.
We got our roadmap.
Who's on first? What's on second? Listen, Tom, about that swampland in New Jersey you were wondering about.
You grew up in New York. You all grew up in different places.
I grew up in the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn.
I grew up 211th Street and Broadway. I was the only Jew in an Irish neighborhood. And you learn to either run or fight. And then I moved to Queens.
But he used to paint himself green
We were still running this.
every once in a while.
And,
That's where the makeup comes in.
I knew Gene and I would be in a band together because he was the only guy in Queens who was wearing whiteface and a ponytail. This guy.
That is true. Boots like this is, it's not your regular 398 Tom McCann special.
That's right. Those are $7.98 at Hardee's.
At Hardee's.
Tell me about your outfits. I mean, did you design your own outfits, all of you? And tell me what each outfit means. And I'll start with you, Ace.
Well,
That means a
I
cucumber.
think this outfit is self-explanatory. I mean, this is part of a kind of a V shape. This is my utility belt, and we don't want to go any belower than my waist area because that's reserved for concert payers.
I understand that.
But,
and after it's all over, they say, this is what we paid for.
And that's why they always feel short.
I stole this from Flash Gordon, and, I have my cape here.
But you're kind of like a spaceman, huh?
No, actually, I'm a plumber. On the side. Look.
Well, listen, I got a little piece of pipe backstage I'd like to have you work on.
Tell me about it. Oh, you love it, but I'm in bed.
You old sweet talker, you. But I'll tell you, I read on the sheet that they gave me where they said that it's hard to get you out of your shell.
It's hard for me to talk. I'm very
Try
introverted.
to cheer down. That you wanted to go for a ride in the first spaceship or a rocket ship or something like that.
Are you referring to the space shuttle?
The space shuttle that you wanted.
Yes, I would prefer to have a ride on the first space shuttle if it's feasibly possible. I was speaking to Pat, and I said, you got any info,
Secret ambitions.
see if you can get me a ticket on that. I'd be very interested in that, because I'm into technology.
I think Ace doesn't need anything. I think he can just power himself. His own power.
Ace's limo just I'm in your band.
Never a dull moment. Let me tell you something about Ace. When we were first starting out, we had a Mylar front to the bass drum, we would play these clubs, and we're still trying to figure out who it is that we are, what it is that we're trying to put across. And Ace ultimately... Ace, yeah, look at him. Hi, Mom. Ace ultimately would look into the Mylar and start laughing at himself.
I liked when he liked me. He kept up.
Having a rotten time, right, Tom?
I'm having an awful time.
Take it easy. It'll get better.
We'll hope so. We'll regroup here for a couple of minutes, and we'll continue with KISS after these words from the NBC television stations coast to coast. I don't believe this, man. I was just talking with the gentlemen in KISS, George and Peter and Paul and Ace about...
George is not George. Manager.
I want to ask...
Oh, George! Oh, you're Ace! George is not here.
George
how about
here,
Gene?
He's in the background.
This is
The bass player!
All right, you better talk about that list right now, because you're not getting away with it.
You were telling me about something that happened on the road.
Well, why don't we Paul kick off the story and
All
I'll
right,
finish
fine.
it.
Like I said, Paul was
We
going
were
to
in
kick off the story.
Arkansas.
There's so many great road stories. It's really an education. When you go out on the road, you're really green. I just thought of something. The very first tour we did, you expect all these women and you start settling for girls. But
Confession time here.
I remember one instance where I didn't even tell you. I was with a girl in my room, and I said to her, "So tell me a little about yourself." And she said, "I just got out of the nut house."
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
No, but the story we were talking about, we were in Arkansas, and I was
That's why you wanted me to stay in your room that night.
I was with a girl, and this was the first tour, and it turned out...
This was about 4 years ago.
Turned out that she was 16, and it turned out there was a prison right across from the hotel, convenient to take me away. And it also turned out that she made her living going from room to room in the hotel. She was a hooker. And all of a sudden, there's a knock at my door, and it's the police telling me to open up or else. And I can't figure out what's going on, except that somebody must have told on me. Meanwhile, Ace is in the room next door, throwing his furniture onto the highway, having a party.
Yeah.
We were on the 20th floor of a hotel, and I don't want to name the hotel because I don't want to be incriminated.
Again.
Anyway, I threw all my furniture out the window, and I was with two other friends of mine that actually were from New York, but had somehow ended up in Arkansas at the moment. Anyway, to make a long story
I thought
short,
we were in Canada.
my road manager runs in the door and he says, "The state troopers are here. They're going to arrest you." He said, "Get in bed and put your head under the pillow." I said, "Great." So 5 minutes later, the state troopers walk in, and there's my road manager, Frankie Scanlaro. Hell of a nice guy. I love him. And he says, "Look at him. He's drunk. He's under the pillows. He didn't do anything."
He was
Go to Paul's.
There
What a
was-
con on us. He was actually...
A lot of people in his room. There was a big party. They got him drunk. They drugged him. They threw all his furniture out the window. They ran out the door.
Drunk.
They got him drunk.
They got him drunk.
They got me drunk. I fell out. They threw all his furniture out the window. Look at him. He's
We
gone.
got away with it.
And he
And
talked his way.
it flew, huh?
Yeah. There was
That wasn't the
furniture
first time he
trees.
talked his way out of us getting in jail. But he was an incredible guy. Frankie, I love you. I'll see you New Year's Eve.
Going into the last commercial, and I don't know if we still have the record up, but we played a piece of music and you'd said something that caught my ear. A lot of people won't recognize that
That's
as
Beth,
being-
written by Peter Criss.
as being
KISS music.
Yeah.
And if it's still up, if you could just sneak it in a bar or two, because maybe people watching this have a short memory span. It'll be here in a second. But now, why would you say people wouldn't recognize?
People have preconceived notions about who it is that KISS is. They think that all we are is, guitars, loud guitars, drums. We're also four happy-go-lucky kind of guys that wear makeup. No.
Go ahead.
Peter Criss. Naturally, they don't play the vocal.
That's us doing
No
the
guitars, no
violin.
drums, that's right.
That means down. That means
My
down.
God, to me it just looks up and down.
Yeah, just down.
Well, that goes to show you we could write with, it's a symphony. I mean, we used the whole big symphony when I wrote that tune.
When have you done that in front of people?
I do it every night.
With a tape. We use a tape for
I use
that
a
one.
tape, but I sing live to it. And we won People's Choice Award for it. It was a big hit for us.
But you played the violins yourselves?
We had like a
You have charts written out for, you know, the various sections, and you make sure that they play the right melodies and the right timbre.
A lot of people, you know, have so many preconceived notions about KISS, but the greatest thing about the success we've got now is that we're basically free to do anything we want.
like this.
What are you doing?
He's ruining your teddy bear.
I'm trying to make him a space bear. Space bear. The only space bear in captivity. I got him. He's captured.
Captain Bear.
Okay.
Space bear.
How are you, Tom?
I'm all right, thank you. In your off time. I mean, when you're not performing, not in your off time, but when you're. What is the recreational activity that you enjoy?
Oh, orgies,
Yeah,
or
Speak for yourself.
sacrifices.
human sacrifice.
Human sacrifices.
There's a movie where it says a guy said orgies.
Orgies, that's right.
Augie doggy
No,
doggy.
I do various things.
Do you mind if I hold on to him? He's
No, you can hold him as long as you like.
Thank
Just
you.
make certain that when you leave, he stays.
there.
Okay.
Then you'll go
I've
to my
heard
house,
the
take one of
horror
mine.
stories about thefts. Yes.
watch horror movies, collect Betamax cassettes of horror movies, cartoons, old. Try me. Name me any horror movie, and I'm putting you on the spot. As old as you want. It could be silent.
This is his game.
Gene will get you, Tom.
Gene's got you now.
Of course he's going to get me. He's gonna
No,
make me real
because
stressed.
I'm not that good on horror movies.
Well, Pat told me that you were.
You don't?
No, he like. I heard you like the old gangsters movies because I love the old.
No, he doesn't like that either.
No,
he just
I
likes
don't-
bears.
I don't care for those.
How about
Cartoons. No.
Cartoons I care for.
All right, try me.
You mean if I give you a cartoon and you'll give me the plot? Or what?
You could do that.
Animation.
All right, I'll give you one. Bugs Bunny, Hairway to the Stars.
Hairway to the Stars is when he goes, when the big spaceship lands, the Martian comes out.
You got it.
With the little helmet.
almost
And
Roman.
Chuck Jones produced it from an original script by Robert McKimson. You can check on it.
I don't have to, because Chuck Jones was here about 3 weeks ago, and I remember that conversation.
It is
because
Chuck
we
Jones.
talked about Hairway to the Stars.
Yeah.
Boy, you just picked the right
Now,
one.
do you also, when you say horror movies, do you mean mystery movies as well? Like
No.
if I said you Diabolique, would you know that one?
That's a French movie from 58, I
He
believe.
puts a bear down.
Yeah. I don't really go in for suspense, mystery, as much as something that's got a sense of outre about it. How about that? That's a French
Well,
movie.
then you'd know the
I
day
like
the
it.
Earth stood still.
Of course, 1952, Michael Rennie, Gort the Robot, Klaatu Verada Nikto. Hi, Mom.
Here we go.
How am I doing,
That's a
Mom?
variety, Nectar.
Yes, that's
Invaders
what...
from Mars.
Invaders from Mars, 1953 with...
Some space.
1953
That's a big one.
with... who was Luke Costello's girlfriend? God.
Quick.
Hillary Brooks
Brenner.
is right. Bring him on the stage.
Yul Brynner was-
Hillary
was-
Brooks
was
was
the
the mother of the child.
So that's
right.
trivia, horror movies, and you watch them a lot, and you have a
Yeah.
collection of them?
Believe me, he
In
does.
fact, yes, I get into my little straitjacket, put on the Betamax, on it goes. Hello, Luli.
Little disconnected things come out.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's a living, you know what I mean.
And you.
I fantasize being a masked crime fighter. That's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. This is about as close as I can get to it. The other time when I'm not on stage, I kind of sit in my apartment and say, I want to be alone.
That was very good.
Someone once said that, didn't you?
When did you start dressing up?
Like this?
No, this is not
This
dressed
isn't,
up.
you know,
This
when
isn't that wild for this.
No, this really. You should see what I wear on the street.
Nothing.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I always had this dream of becoming a crime fighter, but there was never any call for it. I always wanted to be on a stallion overlooking the Long Island Expressway, with my hair blowing back, fighting crime. But just didn't work.
No, there aren't too many guys around on stallions looking over the Long Island Expressway with their hair blowing in the wind
Except
saying,
at night.
"Hi, I fight crime." Are you the one who used to one of you used to race cars a lot, or
Well, I tried it,
yeah?
but
Many
it doesn't
times.
work well for me. I've wrecked quite a few cars in my time. I'm very lucky to be here. I really am. So I stopped that. I promised today no more racing cars.
Well, Peter, we're very lucky to have you here.
Well, it's good to be
No,
here,
it's
Tom.
really strange, Tom. Peter has 9 lives. He's come close several times.
That's good, Ace. He's the
And we
cat.
still love him, and we're glad to see that he's still around. God love you.
So now I stay up watching late. I like Bogart movies, and Cagney, and the real old gangster stuff. Dillinger, all those real, and I collect guns. I target shoot. I don't
Just
hunt.
toy guns now. We're not talking
No,
about
I
real
collect
guns.
real guns.
Trying to get you
I
out
can
of
say that.
But as a collector of them because
I
of
collect them and I shoot them only targets. So I never hunt animals or anything like that.
What is it about having a gun collection?
I'm fascinated by them. Maybe because I'm fascinated by gangster movies. If I could relive, I would love to be in the 20s and be like a Dillinger or a Babyface Nelson.
In the movies. See how I'm trying to bail him out? In the movies. It's McCoy, our manager. Hello, Bill.
Wait, if you want to be on the
Gene, are you kind of the guy who kind of keeps it all level
mother.
and keeps it all
You know what I like?
The mother.
He's the mother
See, because
superior.
again, let me tell you. Let me tell you something.
What's hit? That man is hitting. I don't believe this.
Because if
Give
this
me a
guy-
break, for God's sake.
I'm
your host.
That was
Gene
for fun.
Simmons talking about being a monster.
Well, try this for fun. Man's violent, for heaven's sake.
That was
can't be
fun.
You're rude.
Love it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All I know is if this guy gets himself in trouble, I'm in trouble.
Wait a minute. You can run around being a vampire and I can't read things, Kathy? That's not fair.
Here we go. I just started something.
That's what I just said. He wanted to be a gangster in the 20s, and that's what he wanted to
But
be.
the 20s are over, and here I am now, a drummer
That's
and
right.
KISS.
But everybody's got a fantasy, and we're all good guys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Good.
Probably have
Definitely.
good substantial breakfast every morning.
No, we
Oh, I
don't.
was giving the money to the poor.
That's good.
I would have kept
All one of you has to do is say nanu nanu, and I'm up 40 feet in the air.
No, I wouldn't.
Now I read again in the little thing, the one that said Ace probably won't talk at all. Toys, that you were a toy or a game collector.
That's true. No,
Gene,
I collect
it's Phil
toys.
Donahue says, I need a little help here. You know what I mean?
I told Pat I collect antique toys. And
I'm very
trains.
articulate if I want to be.
Do you want
Want
to
to
be?
talk to me?
No, but now we've gone through their fantasies or their things
Well,
that they
yeah.
Let Ace tell you
I'm
about the
into
toys
science
got under the
fiction,
ground.
I'm into technology. I'm fascinated by the fact that 5 or 10 years from now we'll be able to have space stations circling the Earth that are totally
microwave oven.
controlled and energized by solar energy, that are totally independent of the Earth. I think that's fascinating.
Would you care to tell our audience what you were doing at 4 o'clock this morning?
No. I don't want to get arrested. No, actually,
But seriously, actually,
I'm a Taurus. I'm a down-to-earth human being, and
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure.
Taurus is an Earth sign. Come on, let's get back to reality.
But Ace is in spirit.
And we are.
Tell him about the toy you've got under the ground, that big toy that you just built.
Oh,
bunker.
I built a recording studio underground, 18 feet underground, next to my house.
I mean, you're talking about the state of the art on the East Coast. There's no place like this.
It's automated board. It's all computerized. Cost me a lot of money. I don't want to talk about it. My accountant's ready to.
No, but this is my neck.
I'd
got a
like you
place
to
to
tell
hide.
about the helicopter that you're building.
Well, I'm into radio-controlled, model airplanes and most recently helicopters, which are more fascinating because they're much more challenging. Anybody that's into radio-controlled models knows that right now helicopters are hard to control. And it's the state of the art now.
Bet you didn't know
it's
that.
tough.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
The Germans make the best ones at the moment. Right now I have a Japanese one I'm having trouble with. I have a German one on order.
Don't
Okay.
do it.
I'm not doing anything. I'm talking about.
Don't
but this,
you dare.
This guy's a good egg right here. He's a little hard-boiled, but he's good.
What strange things have happened to you? Strange fan mail? Look at this.
You know, as soon as we start...
Come on, Gene, call him off, please.
Okay.
Okay,
Easy, Ace, go
Okay,
on.
Gene.
As soon as we started doing concerts from the very first show on, the first show, in fact, was done pretty close by, 14th Street, right off of 5th Avenue. First show we ever did was New Year's Eve, 1973-74. My hair caught fire. There's a part in the show where I breathed fire, and of course I hadn't had too much practice then, and the right side of my hair caught fire, and everybody thought it was part of the act. You know, they just went right along with it, and I didn't know what happened. Somebody came, doused me with a towel.
That's the trouble with the show that we do. It's so big, and there's so much going on that when something really goes wrong or somebody gets hurt, nobody ever knows it.
knows it.
Well, at one show, I got hit with something, and my eye was bleeding. And go ahead, Paul, bleed from that eye.
Miami, when you got electrocuted.
I was electric. I almost
Want to throw a
died.
bomb up at me?
That's not fun. I've been laughing this whole show. In Miami, I touched the railing, which was metal at the time, and the railing wasn't properly grounded. And everybody in this group knows I almost died that night.
We finished
I
that show,
passed
though.
out. I couldn't, for the rest of the show, there was no feeling in my fingers.
That was a close call.
So since then, we've gone with more electronics. We've got
Wireless guitars now, so we
that
can't
don't need
be
wires,
shocked.
based on the radio. Same principle that his helicopter is based on.
You know, even
Absolutely.
once.
That's great.
What a guy.
That's what I call band interaction.
M80s.
And I couldn't.
You got to start over
I'll-
because
I will.
he was going while you were starting.
When he was electrocuted, somebody once did an M80.
What a line, huh? Hey, when Ace was electrocuted, you know, when we fried
I
Ace.
flew right into it.
Hey, there's a TV over there.
And
Look
it
at this,
really,
it's
really
incredible.
I really couldn't hear for 3 months. It was really dangerous.
That's why we
Really was. I still can't. What?
Peter, what?
No, you got to tell it all over again.
We were in some town, I don't know where it was, way down south. Way down Dixie. And I got some kid through it. They're called M80s.
Oh, the big firecracker.
Yeah.
Yes,
It was
cans,
Memphis,
Terry
down
Fox.
the toilet in
It was
school.
in Memphis, Tennessee. And it literally blew me off the drums. And I woke up in a car. And I went back and did the show, but I couldn't hear out of my ear for at least 3 months. It was really dangerous.
So that's why we got some bad reviews.
Yeah. But there's been some scary moments.
Who do you think is the audience for KISS? Who do you play to?
We initially thought we were doing this for ourselves initially because we started out. Here's the old rap
No
we had.
cliche.
We initially started out being the audience. It wasn't that long ago, and the premise behind anything that we do is we try to place ourselves in the audience. Would we like it if we did it? And we started out with pretty much of a middle teen audience, and now it's grown into a circus. We've got bears and
It's amazing.
Leaps and bounds.
It's crazy. If we're in a hotel across the street from the halls we're playing, it really looks like Ringling Brothers because you see parents, you see 6-year-olds, you see 25-year-olds. It's really it appeals to
and
a lot
if we
of.
did a concert in Bombay, there would even be cows.
I bet you didn't know that, did you?
I don't believe
If you cross the street,
Look at this guy. He's a good guy.
I'm getting bruised by you.
Wake up.
I've been made.
I'm getting killed. I'll do it with you at the same time.
I've got to move on to the lady Dorothy Dietrich, who saws the member of the staff in half, which is a million laughs. Do you want to be sawed in half tonight?
Absolutely.
Why not? But may I thank you all for being here. Ace,
Tom,
you have a
hey,
terrific
I
sense of
enjoyed
humor, and you're a good
And
man.
enjoy the trains.
Thank you very, very much.
I heard about
Thank you
that.
very, very much.
I'm
Peter,
into it, too.
good to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Tom.
Thank you very much. And Paul, thank you. It's
great.
And I'm sorry I said you were a bass player, Gene. You're
He's a good fish.
Quite all right, Ralph.
He's a good egg.
take care.
Thank you all very much.
We had a ball.
It's a pleasure.
It's great.
Happy Halloween,
And it's
everybody.
good to be home.
Watch out for that
Mom.
full moon.
Where are you?
Okay, true confessions. We will continue after these words from our sponsors.